having a few problems, guys. So if you've gone to the other link, I'm really sorry, but yeah, I've probably given the wrong link, but nevertheless, here I am. I'm new to using YouTube, so you'll have to bear with me. I'm just doing my hair for you. You'll have to bear with me because I'm very new to this. But if you've subscribed to my YouTube channel, you should be getting me right now. So what I could do is a little bit of feedback from you, first of all, just to say that you're here and you're watching. I might just hit the YouTube button here. I'll get started at 2 o'clock, so don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. My videos. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Yes. I don't know if I've got this right. All right, so, oh, hi Clive, how you doing? I'm glad you've got on. I could do with you just sharing the link if you wouldn't mind. It should be fairly obvious what to do from a YouTube perspective. I'm just going to draw that light down here. Stop a bit of the excess light coming in. And yeah, here I am. It's about 1 minute to 2, so I'll get started at 2 o'clock. I'm hoping that what I've done, I think what I've done is I've posted the wrong link to the YouTube channel. So I'm going to get hardly any viewers this time. So we'll get it right for next time. Have no fear. Hopefully people will pop across when they get the, when they find out what's going on. Let me just see if I can redirect people. Let's delete that. Sorry guys. Okay, look, we're going to get cracking because let's focus on you fine people here. Ava! Hi Ava, how are you? Yeah, great. Okay, so look, we're all over on YouTube now. Really good to have you here. For those of you who haven't joined us before, my name's Carl and I'm the author and the illustrator of the British Wildlife Tales series of books. Okay, and that's the last I'll speak about my books. Just letting you know who I am. Okay, and I started off writing my books about 6-7 years ago when my children were very small, and they started off with me just drawing pictures, very simple pictures like the ones we're going to draw today. So there's a very important species of bird that we draw, or a bird that we're going to draw today. But before we get onto that, what I'll do is I'll just run you through what we've done in the past. So what we've done is we've drawn birds, we've drawn insects, we've drawn animals, we've drawn all sorts of creatures, and we've done all of the drawings using some very simple rules. And those rules are to always start off with shapes. That's the first rule. The second rule is to press only very gently when you draw your first shapes. And the third rule is we don't care if we make a mistake. Okay, so we love drawing. We don't like being upset, do we? So we need to be happy, and we're happy even if we make mistakes here. So if you make a mistake, we have to smile at it, laugh at it, and incorporate it into our picture, and we carry on. We don't mind, okay? So here we go. We've got a very important species, as I told you already. The species is the Fieldfare. Now, of all the birds, it perhaps isn't one that you've heard of. Perhaps some of you have. Now, the Fieldfare is a type of thrush, and we call it a winter thrush in the UK because it only visits us here in our country during the winter. And it comes over here when the berries on the trees and the apples on the floor get low in their home country, which could be Sweden or Norway, or it could be Finland, you know, the whole of the Scandinavian region, okay? So they fly over the sea, the North Sea, which is in between Scandinavia and Britain, and they land on our shores, and they come over in little straggly groups. And we're going to draw that bird today. It looks, in terms of shape, it looks a bit like a blackbird, but we're going to use our very simple shape drawing the bird today. So come on, come with me. Now, we've not done this way before, done things this way before, so you'll have to bear with me. Here we go. Hopefully you can see the pad well. Yes. So any of you that are joining me just now, can you please share the link to this YouTube live stream with your friends? Give it a like as well, because it will really help to allow more people to find it next week. If we're assuming we're going to use YouTube next week. It's the first time I've used YouTube, so it's gone a little bit wrong. Normally I'd expect to be a bit more prepared than this, but there's only so much you can do to test it. So here we are. We're going to take our pencil, and today we're going to need a regular pencil, a rubber, or a piece of rubber. We're going to need coloured pencils, and I think the colours that we're going to need are grey, we're going to need, oh, so someone's just talking about the link on the link on Facebook isn't working. No, I know, I'm really sorry. I'm not very good at this, as you can tell, but next week we'll know what to do. Brown, we just need the one brown. We're going to need a yellow. We're also going to need this light blue. Okay. I know Hope, but thank you for joining. Hope's my daughter, everyone, just in case you wondered. Hope's in the comments right now. I know I didn't do it properly, did I? Excellent. All right, so we're in. 47 of you. That's a decent number. We're a little late starting, 5 minutes past, but let's not let that bother us just too much. So the colour pencils we need are brown, blue, yellow, grey. And that's pretty much it, actually. That's pretty much it. We just need our regular pencil. Any old pencil will do. Okay. So we're going to start. We always start with a shape, a basic shape, and we draw very, very, very gently. Okay, because if we draw too hard, we won't be able to rub out some of the lines that we don't need. So what we'll do is we'll start with our circle. Okay, there we go. There's our circle. You can probably only just see that. I'm going to make mine a little bit darker. Please don't make yours too dark. There we go. Thank you so much, Jess. Morris, Herbie and Mummy. Excellent. Thank you so much, everyone, for helping out with the link. Next week, we won't have that problem. So here's our first circle. We need another circle. We're going to tuck this other circle round behind this main circle. So what we'll do is we'll start it around about here, and we'll go something like that. Okay. Doesn't matter if your circle is a bit squishy. Doesn't matter if your circle is a bit wiggly. It really, really doesn't matter. Okay. Now, we need another circle in here. This is going to form our eye, the eye of our Fieldfare. There we go. And we pop a little tiny circle inside the big circle. And then we need a triangle. Now this triangle is going to be long and thin, and it's not going to have all of its sides. So this first triangle is going to be there. There we go. So just one side there and one side there. Can you see that okay? Fraser, we're drawing a, yeah, sorry about the other link, Fraser. Fraser, we are drawing a Fieldfare today, and it's a winter thrush, a type of thrush that comes over to Britain from Scandinavia, which is Sweden, Norway, and Finland. The thrush is around about, well, perhaps a little bit larger than our blackbird. It looks very similar in shape, but very different in pattern. We're going to draw another circle now. You're welcome, Fraser. Just beside it. There we go. So you can see our bird taking place. Could you do the lines a little bit darker, please? Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't want to do it too dark. So let's go over this. Whoops, that was a wobbly line. There we go. There we go. Is that a bit better, Adam? Hopefully. All right. So now we just need to do one line, and we pick this line up about a third of the way along the bottom of this top line. About there, it doesn't matter exactly. And we take it all the way to the point of the beak. So you can see our triangles now are forming a beak. We've just done two triangles and a single line. And that's our beak. You're very welcome, Adam. Excellent. Right, 68 of you. So enough of you have found me now. So sorry about the problems with the link. All right. So now what we need to do, we're going to do another couple of triangles, and these triangles are going to come out of the back of our Fieldfare. There's one triangle. And then we've got another triangle here, almost like the beak that we did once before. Okay, doesn't have to be curved, but it doesn't matter if it is. And then out of the back of here, we're going to draw an oblong. And at the end of our oblong, we're going to do two semicircles. And that's our tail. It's a really blurry camera, isn't it? I wonder if we can get this a bit better for next time. Sorry to everyone who's just joined for the mix-up with the link. I promise it won't happen next week. Okay. So here we are. We've got our head, our beak, our eye, our main body, and our tail. Okay. And the reason we put the different sections on our tail is because of the colours of the bird that we're going to draw. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to do a straight line coming from here, just below the bird's chin, out here. And then we're going to do 3 curved lines. And that's the wing on the other side of our bird. And he's got it pointing out, as if he's got his hand out. This is a caricature, remember. It's not a perfect bird. We're drawing a cartoon picture. It doesn't have to be perfect. The lines don't have to be perfect. If you make a mistake, it's a good thing. It doesn't matter, because the next time we do it, we won't make the same mistake again. So mistakes are excellent things to have happen. We learn more from our mistakes than we do from getting things right. So our Fieldfare comes over here and it sits in the tops of trees, and it sits on the fields throughout the UK in winter. They start coming over around about October time, and they go back home around about at the end of February. But the busiest time of year is probably middle of December through to January. And there are lots and lots and lots of Fieldfares that come over certain years. Some years we don't get so many, because if it's okay where they live in Scandinavia during the year, during the summer, then there's no need for them to come here looking for our berries. So they take their chances and come across the North Sea to see if there are any. Excellent, Freya, that's good. I'm glad you're excited. In case there are more berries over here. Now, they prefer to eat things like grubs and insects and worms, but in the winter they're harder to get. So they take to the trees where the berries are ripening, things like hawthorn berries, which are red and small, things like sloe berries, things like rose hips and rowan berries, all different types. Okay. So we've drawn our circles. Again, we're just using basic circles, look, and straight lines, and we use our semicircles here. We're going to take a single line now from the back of our tail, and we're going to draw a line that splits the tail into two, and it stops around about there. And these are basically our two tail feathers. Okay. If you've just joined us, thanks ever so much for joining us. I really, really appreciate your time. I love doing this, and I'd do it if no one was here. I just really enjoy doing the instruction. But when lots and lots of people are here, then it's almost perfect, isn't it? It's really great to share this with you all. If you're watching and you haven't shared it yet, please do share it with your friends, and also just give me a like and a thumbs up, because that will help people find it next time. So we're going to do another wing now, and this wing is going to come from here. Let's draw it a little bit further back, around about here, because we want to get lots of our chest in. So we're going to do a curved line. Okay, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. It's probably not the right size, but it doesn't matter too much. And now what we're going to do, we're going to take our rubber and just rub this out so it's a little bit more faint. We need a little bit there. We're going to take these lines out too. We're going to leave just the line of our wing, which we've just drawn. And we're going to take out the line under the head of our bird. Just leave a little bit on the front and the back. Can you see this bit here and this bit here? Leave that there. And now what we'll do is we'll draw the legs. And the legs are really easy, because what we do is we take one leg and we start it here. So it's this side of our circle. We draw a line that goes down. Is everyone with me so far? And then we draw another line, but it starts a little bit away from this line and it finishes at the same level as the other line. But it doesn't start in front of this circle, it starts behind it. And that's the leg that's on the other side of our bird's body. And then the easiest bit of all is to draw an arrow for the feet. So we draw 1, 2, there's an arrow, 1, 2, and there's another one. And then we just pop another line coming out the back. And there are our 2 feet. Oh, sorry, Sharon. Yeah, I posted the wrong link. I don't really know what I'm doing on YouTube. That's what it is. So next week, hopefully it will be an easier thing to get onto. So we've got our basic shape and our feet. And I think what we'll do is we'll start drawing some very, very faint lines. Oh no, I won't draw faint lines because it's very difficult for you guys to see, isn't it? The quality of the picture is not very good. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll take our black pencil, okay? Get a black colouring pencil. If you haven't got a black colouring pencil, then please just use your normal pencil. That will be fine. And what we want to do is we'll colour in the eye first. Don't colour in the little circle, that stays white. We're going to colour it in as dark as you can. Okay. Yeah, I know, Sharon, it's very tricky to see clearly. I think that's the camera that I'm using. We'll find a way of doing it properly. We'll find a way. But for now, hopefully you can see okay. I'm just colouring that eye in as darkly as I can, so it's a jet black eye. And what we're also going to do is colour in the end of our beak, about this much. About this much. And that goes for the bottom too. Just a little bit of the bottom of our beak. And there doesn't have to be a very neat line here. That can be a wiggly line, because it is actually a wiggly line in the real bird. So the bird has a black tip to its beak. And then what we do is we take our yellow pencil, and what we do is we go and colour that upper mandible. That's the top part of a beak, is called an upper mandible. And a lower mandible, we'll colour that in yellow too. This is probably a little bit brighter than the actual bird's beak would be, but don't forget, we are just drawing a caricature. So there's the top and the bottom of our beak. And then what we're going to do is we'll take a line from here across to the top of the eye and take it out the other side. Just a straight line. You can do it with your regular pencil or your black pencil, and we're going to do another one just above it, and then we'll zigzag the end and leave that like it is, because then we're going to take another line from there where this line starts. Orange is fine, Hope. Orange is fine. Doesn't matter. You can do blue, pink, green, yellow. I don't care. It really doesn't matter. So we'll take a line here and we'll just draw a curve around here. And we're going to draw another curve coming from the eye out to there. And then we're going to draw another curve coming down to there. So we've got a semicircle there, a quarter of a circle or a curve there, and then another curve going the other way there. And then we're going to pick it up again, and we'll take that curve and we'll bring another curve down into the front of our Fieldfare. And the Fieldfare, we're going to colour in this area which we've just shaded, we've just outlined. We're going to colour it all in black. So get your black pencil, colour it all in black. Your colouring doesn't have to be neat. It doesn't have to be neat at all. Your colouring just needs to colour in, just to give the suggestion that this part of our bird is a different colour than the rest. My colours are as close as I can get to the colours of a Fieldfare. They aren't perfect. All right. So there we go. And inside this bit here, we've got lots of freckles. So all we're going to do is just do lots of random little dots. That's all. Okay. Random little dots. And then we'll just darken this edge of our beak. Someone's just coming up the stairs. Hopefully they're not going to knock on my door. No. Okay. So now what we're going to do is just draw, colour in the top above this white line, which is now white. Just colour in a little bit of the front of our head dark. Okay. And whilst we've got the black in our hand, we're going to colour in the tail completely black. There we go. Don't worry if you're not being neat with your coloured pencils. It doesn't matter. You'll see that my colouring is quite scruffy. We're here to enjoy ourselves. We're not here to be perfect. Okay, so there's that mark there. That's the tail, all nice and black. And the edge of our wing here, we're going to draw a wiggly line here and colour this part in black as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you catch up now and just tell you a little bit more about the Fieldfare. Do please, if you've got any questions, pop them in the comments if you can. Hi Sarah, nice to have you with us. I'm glad you found us. We're about 30 people down on last week. I think I've either put them off or I've sent them the wrong link. We're going to do the edge of this wing like that as well. So just draw a wiggly line and then colour it in. Yeah, I'm going to let you catch up, Kate. I'm going to let you catch up. Any questions about the illustration, about the colours and where you put them? It's not very easy to colour actually. I'm kind of sitting at an angle because the camera's in between my legs at the moment. Okay, Kate. So we'll leave it like that for now. I'll just do a little bit more sort of educating. Now, field fairs are rarely on their own. So a field fair is, it comes over to Britain, as I said, in the winter, and they come over in flocks. Now these flocks aren't like perhaps a flock of pigeons or a flock of starlings. They're much more spread out. And what you might see at this time of year is a bunch of birds in the top of a tree. And in the top of that tree, all those birds will probably be field fares if when they leave the tree, they leave one after the other, maybe a couple at a time. So there may be 30 birds in the tree, but one of them will start to go and they'll make a few wing beats and then glide, a few wing beats and then glide. They don't constantly flap when they're flying. Now, one of them will follow, then another couple, and another couple will go after. So you get the flock moving from tree to tree, but not all at exactly the same time. They move at separate times. They kind of follow on. And this is kind of a signature of the field fair. This is kind of what they do. The field fair is quite plucky. What's the word? Quite brave, quite fiercely defensive of their group. So there'll be a number of different field fairs on the outside of the group looking out, almost like guards, and they'll look out over the rest of the group and make sure there aren't any predators coming to pick on the rest of the group. So they'll actually attack any birds that come near them. They'll fly into them, barge them out of the way. It has actually been seen with a field fair that they actually ram magpies and crows and birds of prey out of the way to keep the rest of their group safe. Sharon's just said that it's an unfortunate Latin name. It's actually a scientific name. The scientific name is, for this bird is called Turdus pilaris. Turdus pilaris. Now, Turdus is the name of all of the thrushes. Turdus is the first part of the name, and all of them are called it. So, yeah, you get. But the last part of it is unique to the field fair, and that's pilaris. But it's quite a funny name. So you'll find them along the hedgerows, in the countryside. They don't often come into gardens, although they will do occasionally in really harsh years where all the berries have run out. So I'll carry on now. Hopefully you've all caught up. I'll bet it made Luca laugh, yes. Excellent. All right. We're going to colour in the back of our bird now. So we'll use a brown. Doesn't matter what brown, preferably a slightly darker brown than beige. Okay. And this is going to be, this colour is going to apply from here, from around about here on the bird's head, right round to the front here. And I'm just going to colour it in gently now. And it goes right the way back to the end of the body, but it doesn't go into this triangle. That's going to be a different colour. It's quite a well-patterned bird, actually. So you can see I'm just scruffily colouring this in because we don't have to be perfect. One of the things I really don't like is having to be perfect. I prefer to enjoy things. Good job, really, because I'm not perfect. Ha ha. A shout out to Eva, who's enjoying the video. Eva, I'm absolutely happy to give you a shout out. I'm very glad you're enjoying our video. I'm just going to go over this brown now, colour it in a little bit darker. Okay. Just top it up there just to bring it up to this black patch. There we go. Now, obviously what we're doing here, we're doing a caricature, a cartoon version. The proportions of my bird are not accurate. So if you look at a blackbird in your garden, if you've seen a blackbird before, if you haven't, I think they're called Turdus marula. Turdus. There we go again. Right, so there's our brown part done. And then we're going to take a grey. So the grey part is this part here. We're going to colour it nice and lightly because we're going to add a blue to this. Because actually they're a steely grey blue on the top of their rump. Well, it's actually the top of their back part of their body. And also on their head. So we're going to just colour in that as evenly as we can. But if it's not particularly even, you're going to laugh every time I say Turdus. Here we go. So let's just colour that in neatly as possible. Not perfectly neat. Now it looks like just a grey, but we're going to add some blue to it. So just add a light blue, something like that will be fine. Something like that colour. Even the grown-ups are laughing at the word Turdus. Okay, perhaps I'll leave that now because we've got some schools on. Incidentally, if you're watching from a school as part of your schooling now, then thank you ever so much for joining in. It's really, really lovely to share this half an hour or so with you. I'm going to be on for about another 5 minutes. Won't be on for too long this time. We're probably not going to spend too much time on the background. So here's our wonderfully coloured Fieldfare. And what we're going to do now is we're just going to get onto the chest because we've got a chestnutty brown wing and body. I'm just going to go over the lines on the wing here just so you can see the outlines. Let's just do that a bit more. Make that a bit more pronounced. There we go. And round the back here. And around the outside of our tail. Around the back of our head. We'll do a bit of shading in a second to give our head some shape. There we go. Just to darken the out. Sorry about the darkness when I put my hand over there. I'll find out the best way to do this. We're just going to draw the dark outlines of our bird. There we go. Oh, I've forgotten some brown. I'm going to get some more brown in here. Obviously, the other wing needs colouring in. Slightly paler on this wing because it's the underside of the wing that we're seeing. Slightly paler brown, slightly more pale, I should say. And then we're going to get this here black pencil out again. And we're going to do little zigzags, but we're going to colour them in scribbles. Okay, because our chest of our thrush, your pencil keeps breaking. Ava, that's because you're pushing too hard, my love. If you push a little bit more gently, it won't break. And then what we're going to do, when we've done this row, we're going to drop down a little bit from the first one, and we're going to do another one. Another row all the way along. And these can be blotches or they can be arrows, it doesn't really matter. We're going to do the same all the way along our chest. And there we have the makings of our beautiful, I need to do a bit more yellow. A little bit of yellow from the beak goes into the feathers just behind the face of our Fieldfare. Okay. Now, I'll tell you what we'll do now. I'm going to get a red pencil and a black pencil. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a twig, and I'm going to draw circles see that? You can do the same sort of thing if you like. Covering it up a bit, aren't I? And then just top it off with the last of our circles here. These can be some berries. Fill in these gaps. And we'll go straight over all of these berries with some red. Look how scruffy I'm being. It's because I'm doing it in a rush. You can take a little bit more time. But these are lovely winter berries, and that's exactly what our Fieldfare wants to eat at the moment, because there aren't many grubs and worms about. Does anyone know any other thrushes that live in the UK? I can tell you a few. Just going to go over that twig now with a bit of green. It's just a scruffy line. Whoops, my pencil just broke then because I pushed too hard. And I think I'm going to say that we are done. We're not going to do a background because I think we've run out of time now. But I think this is going to be the first time that I can actually write Fieldfare. Ready for this? Whoops. I can't write. Pilaris. Turdus pilaris. And my name is Carl Minot. That's a little bird. And the date is the 12th of January 2021. And that, missel thrush. There are no, yes, Bob Ross, fantastic. You're absolutely right. There are no mistakes, just happy little accidents. So I'm going to bring you back over here now so that we can have a chat. I've really enjoyed that. So thanks ever so much for joining in. We had loads and loads of people join in. Hopefully next week we'll get the right link. But if you're a subscriber, then you'll get the notification when I go live. So please do subscribe to the channel, because this is where we're going to do all of the workshops from now on. It seems to work quite well. I just need to improve the quality of the camera for you so that you can see a little bit more clearly. But next week, I don't know, Zoe. I'm not sure. We'll work that out and I'll come back to you. I might do another one of the winter thrushes, just to give you an idea. This is the largest of them, the winter thrushes. Now, the other thrushes that we were talking about, we've got the mistle thrush, the song thrush, we've got the redwing, which is the smallest. We've also got the blackbird is a thrush, and the ring ouzel as well. So there are many, many different types of thrush that come to the UK. Occasional other visitors as well, but we'll stick to those. These are the ones that come to the UK the most frequently. So just move those down there so they don't fall off. There's our Fieldfare. Now I've got a picture of a Fieldfare somewhere here, and you see our picture was a caricature. I don't know if that's very easy to see actually. There we go. It's quite dark. That's a bit better. Quite dark. But the colours are all there, and that's the important bit. The important bit is getting the colours in the right places. Once you've learned that, you can learn quite a lot of birds that way. Next week, we'll see you at the same time, 2 o'clock. We're dragging on a little bit. I'll stay here for a little while. If you need to get going, thank you ever so much for joining in. Please drop a like on the video, stick a thumbs up. If you don't like it, stick a thumbs down, and tell me why in the comments, because I'll try and get it a bit better next time. But be kind. Be kind, okay? I'm always kind to the people I meet. It'd be great if you could be kind too. So I've loved having you here. If there are any questions, any requests for species, I do like to try and focus on British wildlife, simply because it's the one that the children in the UK are most likely to see. Occasionally I'll do something from overseas. So any suggestions for UK or British wildlife, I'll see if I can draw one for you. Until next time, bye for now. Oh, hang on, 4ME at Oakdale Junior School, Poole, Dorset. Hello to all of you at 4ME at the Oakdale Junior School. It's been lovely having you here. So glad that that we've got some schools on now, because I think this is probably going to be quite a valuable resource for schools. I don't think there's anything else to say other than thank you. Take care now. Bye-bye.